So it's the month of March 2024, and my story um, pretty much started in March. Now that I think of it, um, March of 2007. March of 2007, I left America. I left Los Angeles. I'm in Los Angeles right now. And I left Los Angeles because I didn't have a job. I was in debt, credit card debt. I was unemployed, or at least my I was unemployed because I couldn't keep a job. I was doing temporary assignments with no meat, on that. It was just work for a month, work for a week, work for a day, and then get out of here. No one ever hired me, so it was a very real struggle. I didn't have an apartment. I didn't have a home, rather. I lived in apartments, and I was probably living with my mom and dad. March 2007. So many things were going on in my life. I just couldn't get a foothold. Um, I think those were a lot of these problems I brought on myself because the path of least resistance would have said, Larry, just study English, get your degree in 4 years and get out. It took me 7 years to get a degree in math, in finance, business finance. I was barking up the wrong tree. I had no business being in that, but I was interested in that field, and I wanted to be smarter. So I wanted to challenge myself. Life is difficult as it is, and an education isn't actually educating yourself. It's just getting through this maze, this system, and finding ways to sustain yourself, to bolster your position. Like, people don't really know. People will get a degree, they'll come out of a school, they don't really know about the world, they don't know the history. They're able to earn money. That's my summation of some people. Anyhow, I'm angry, frustrated, but that's always been the case. James Baldwin says, when you know what's happening around you, then then you are angry. That's a state that I remain in. Okay, March 2007. The situation for me in life was rough right here in Los Angeles, and I had to leave, and I moved to South Korea, March 2007. I arrived March 6th, 2007. I hadn't even thought about March. March is the beginning of the new year. We think that it's January, but it's March because March is the year that, things bloom and blossom, the spring, right? All right. Between March 2007 and March of 2019, I had moments where I saw 10 and 9. Over those 12 years, 109 became more important to me because I kept encountering 109. I remember something I haven't mentioned before. I remember getting emails exactly at 1:09 a.m. or 10:09 a.m. or 10:09 p.m. Those emails would come in regularly, so I was being hypnotized. I was being conditioned to focus on 10:09. I remember that clearly. I was in South Korea when that was happening. It was like, why? There was a correlation. I was like, "Ooh, I just got an email. What time is it? It's 10:09. It's 1:09, something like this." I had classes I was teaching, and sometimes those classes would end at 1:09 or 10:09, or I would, my mind was very focused on it. Even the alien registration card that you get in South Korea, my numbers, that was my birthday, so I always had to recite and tell people my number is Il which is 1009. So it was just a constant, my birthday was constantly resonating. It was constantly, you know, informing me, hey, pay attention, pay attention. But then I had these moments whereby I would see those numbers, 109. Okay, in Korea, 2014, my group number was 1009. And that was just bizarre. It was like, this number again? Um, 3 days before my birthday in 2015, when I was in Japan, I I was on my way back from Japan to Korea, and the boat number that I was riding on was Japan Ferry JF 109. And then when I got to Korea, the train seat assignment was in row 10. I looked up and I could see 10-9, and I wondered, did the attendant choose these seats because my birthday is 3 days away? No, I was focusing on my birthday. I knew about my birthday, but I was just randomly assigned to row 10, a seat in row 10. October 9th is a national holiday in Korea, so when I lived in Korea, I felt very simpatico. I felt that I was in the right place because it was good. Baba Dick Gregory, the late Dick Gregory, comedian, activist, said that he thought that the schools were closed on October 12th, Columbus's birthday. He thought that the school was closed because of him. Dick Gregory thought that that the businesses closed their doors because of Dick Gregory, because of him. He was unaware of who Christopher Columbus was, or that the national holiday meant that everything shuts down. He thought it was him. I know it's a very egocentric ideal, but in my case, I'm an egoist, I guess, a narcissist. No, I have very real experiences and situations, and I'm just sharing the ideas with you. I don't think it's an ego thing. I'm not ego tripping over here. All right. So by 2019, I had so many experiences that I knew I was going to write a book about my experiences. I just didn't know what the heck the story how could I tie all of these isolated incidents together? I didn't know. Isolated incidences. And so in 2019, Nipsey Hussle died, and I had an epiphany. I was in the desert and experienced an epiphany, and then the idea for the book, or the thread, the common thread, the theme that would tie all of my isolated incidences together, I had it. And so I was able to produce the book. I'm trying to sell the book. I'm trying to, beyond my story, forget my story. I'm just a black man in America trying to promote and sell and develop his product. I have a product, I have a story. It's a book, but the outgrowth of that book has been a podcast, a YouTube channel, you name it. And the lesson I've learned throughout life is, yes, you can work for somebody, but you have to also work for yourself. In that vein, you have to chase a dream. You have to chase, something. And 109 is my dream. 109 it's a damn good story. It can resonate with young black and brown youth, and people who are woke, because it's the rationalization, the justification, it's the rationale of a like-minded person. If you're like me, then you can understand where I'm coming from, and you can follow me. You have to read the book, you have to listen, you got to watch some of the videos and figure out what I'm talking about. But I'm not trying to play games with you, pretend, or what have you. All I'm trying to do is tell the story as accurately as I can, give you as many bits and pieces of evidence, photographs, and you name it, to support the story, to corroborate my story. It's a true story, so that's it. All right, I'll end this video here. March 2024.